Hi there, I'm Andy, this is Alison. We're in Kathmandu, setting out on the second part of our trip. I'm hoping to get to the airport to catch an aeroplane to Pokhara, where we can go and do some trekking at Annapurna. Started out okay, but we've got 100 yards down the road, which is now totally blocked by a big tanker lorry. This is a water tanker, because there's a water problem in the city. Well, we've just arrived at the Silver Oaks Inn, and to tell you what, for 22 bucks a night, this is 5-star bargain. So we've got settled into our hotel. We've now had to go to tourist information to get all our paperwork done so that we can go on a trek. And all this bureaucracy is what really frustrates me. Form filling, extra pictures and things. And yet everything else is chaos. These third world countries, they seem to go from letting anything go on the street, but when they do get bureaucracy involved, it just gets so detailed, it's ridiculous. Pokhara felt great as soon as we arrived here, and apart from the messing about for a couple of hours trying to get our passes and things to get in the national park, we've had a really good time. In the afternoon, after we got the passes, we went and had a few beers on some balconies watching the street go by and everything, and then we had a lovely meal outside here in these gardens at the hotel in the evening. This morning we've got up, it's bright and sunny, and we're now all prepared to carry on and go on our next trek around the Annapurna Panorama. And where are we heading for now?
In a taxi we're going to Birthanti.
So it's about a 40-kilometre taxi ride. I think it's going to be 2,000 rupees, which is like $20, so that shouldn't break the bank. And we get tramping again. Pokhara is so different to Kathmandu, mainly because it doesn't feel so busy, even though it's still the country's second biggest city. It's lower down, so it is warmer here as well, but the whole atmosphere and vibe of the place is much more relaxed. It's just a real pleasure being here. The only thing is, because it is so nice here, it attracts more tourists, so it is a little bit more touristy, but in a fairly low-key and nice sort of way. I'll tell you what, it's never a dull moment in Nepal in a taxi. So we've gone about half a mile down the road, and he's decided he's got to stop for petrol, and this petrol station is something else. The mountains look so big coming out of Pokhara, they're almost like a mirage. We got held up by a bunch of 4-year-olds demanding money. We finally arrived at Birthanti after about an hour and a half's drive. Taxi driver pulled the same old trick of adding 50% to the bill when we got out, but what the heck, it was 3,000 rupees in the end. And it took about an hour and a half to get here, where the road started from good to bad, from bad to worse to even worse. So I reckon his car took a fair old hammering anyway. So it's all looking pretty rural here, and looking forward to getting some walking in. Did you give us some money? Now it's the place Spot the Monkey. whole troop of them up there in that grass and on those trees. We've only been going about 10 minutes. That guy's a little bit less camera shy than the others. We've been walking for about 2 hours or a little bit more now, taking it steady up the hill. It's about 25 degrees, so it's pretty warm going. And now we've been through, I think, Sudami or somewhere, and now we're just about to start on the notorious 3,000 steps by the look of it. It's up there. We've got at least 1,500 meters to go till we get to the next village. I think that's called Haile or something. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Don't worry, I'm not going to count them all. Bugger it. Let's get on with it. Sorry, it wasn't 1,500 meters to Haile. We're at Haile and it's 1,500 meters high. And they've got rice growing up in the fields up here, in case you've never seen it before. Haile seems like a nice village. Plenty of options of places to eat and places to stay the night. Lots of houses with logs on shelves. Don't understand what that's all about. Meanwhile, we'll just carry on with the 3,000 steps. Well, we've got to Tiked Hunga in about half an hour earlier than we thought. So that's quite good. We walked through to the other side of the village and this big valley with a waterfall. Looks pretty amazing here. So it's morning of the second day now. Behind me is Tiked Hunga, a guest house which we stayed in. Had a relaxing afternoon and evening here, doing a bit of reading and then having the usual rice and dal for dinner. Had the usual porridge and black coffee this morning, and we feel ready to go for a good old day walking uphill nearly all the way today. I think it's going to be a fairly hard one, but it's clear sky. It's going to be sunny and nice. Well, that's another good place to stay. Really peculiar that such a big hostel. We were the only guests there again last night, but anyway, I've got over all the tiredness and stuff from travel sickness pills, and I think we're going to be covering a lot more ground this morning. These steps really go on, and they're fantastic how they've been built. It must have been a major project when they were constructed. We've been going for an hour and a half. We just got to Aleri, about 2,000 meters up. Look out for that cockerel. But the steps still go on relentlessly. This is Annapurna South from Uluru. Half past 12 now, so we're going to give it another 15 minutes till lunch. Been a pretty sustained effort since 8 o'clock this morning with a break for a cup of coffee. Alison's kept on going well, really good pace. Done about, I think we've come up about 700 meters now. More monkeying around. We're just down there about 20 feet above the river on the green bush. I can see 4. So at 1:15 and 2,500 meters, we finally found somewhere nice for lunch. Hooray! After 8.5 hours travelling, including the breaks, mind you, we're at Gorapani, 2,874 meters. Let's go and find a nice room. So the trick here is to keep on climbing right up to the top of the village, where all the hotels at the top have got the best views. So let's not give up. Another 10 minutes, I reckon. Well, this is it. I've got up before 5 o'clock to walk up to the famous Poon Hill. The moon is just rising behind me there, and when we started off the walk, the sky was worth getting up for. So many stars, crystal clear. Now we're going to stay around here for a half an hour, so hopefully watch the dawn break and see a fantastic sunrise. Well, that was lovely to see the sun hit the top of the mountains, but there are a lot of people get up here this time of day. Well, I've really liked this half day in Gorapani here, even though the batteries of the GoPro ran out just as we arrived. Going up Poon Hill was really good this morning, and it was good seeing all the stars at night. We were lucky to have great weather here. Alison's just purified the water And don't forget, if you do come here, make sure you make your way right to the top of the village and try and get one of the hotels up here, because nice view lodge here. Got a view like this from our bedroom window. It's unbelievable, especially for only 1,000 rupees and an ensuite shower and toilet. Even though it feels like I've been up half a day already, it's now only 8 o'clock. We're about to pack up. We're going to head for Tadapani. Hopefully that's going to be about a 5-hour walk, and we'll see what that has in store for us. So today started with some great views after about half an hour, and then after 2 hours we stopped for tea in lovely warm sunshine. But for about the past hour we seem to be descending down this canyon non-stop really, and losing a lot of altitude. I think we're back down to about 2.7 again. Lunch at Birthanti was the usual spring roll and chips shared between the two of us, and then after lunch, the valley, the gorge is on the left there, but after lunch by about 1:30 we broke out of the gorge onto the hillside. Soon after this we got another view of the massive peaks. Should we go around the left?
Well, no, there's another one up there.
Is that alright? Have to go through then. Okay, we'll be good. Well, rather unexpectedly, we arrived at Tirupandi, or whatever it's called, about what, an hour and a half earlier than we expected. We got there, it's pretty full up with people. It's building site with a disc cutter making loads of noise. So we decided that as we've got another couple of hours, we're going to crack on to the next village and see what the lodges are like down here.
If we get a moment, I think we should also look at the map. Oh.
Got a bit more monkey action up there.
Oh, quite a bit.
Oh yeah. Well, the plan's changed again now. Alison's decided to go straight through the last village and on to Gandruk direct, but that leaves us with an estimated 2-hour trek with an arrival time of about 5:30. So let's see what happens. Could be nearly dark by then, and I'm not quite sure why she's so enthusiastic about getting to Gandruk and having 2 nights there, but I'm sure there is a good reason. I think one of the exciting things about these treks is that you don't, well, it's that you stop taking things for granted, and that's mainly because you never know where you're going to end up in the day, and whether your lodging is going to be somewhere really nice like last night, or some ramshackle hut with an outside toilet hole. I've got this feeling that tonight we're going to find somewhere really good. Holy shit, I've just looked at my watch and realised that it's our 35th wedding anniversary today. It's now 4:30 and I've only just bloody remembered. No wonder she wants to go somewhere nice. Well, the phone says we got 45 minutes more to walk into this village, so I've got to start thinking damn fast now. Evening's coming, but we've only got 20 minutes to go, so I think it's all going to be okay. I've had a bit of an idea. I'll just make sure we get in a really good hotel with a nice restaurant and stuff. Hopefully that'll save my bacon. I'm also wondering whether Alison's forgotten about it as well, because surely shouldn't she say something to me as well? Good morning, it's Monday the 28th, and as you can see we're still happily together. Fortunately, when we came into Gandruk here, the first place we came across was this Rudy lodge, and we booked in here, and it's got the hottest, nicest shower that we've ever had in Nepal. So we had a nice meal last night, celebrated 35 years of marriage with a few beers, and had a really nice night. All the locals had a bit of a dance outside because it's their festival weekend, and the hotel, as you can see over there, got terrific views of the mountains. We're now settling down to a lovely local breakfast, which apparently is really spicy envelope. envelope omelette.
It's actually the potatoes that are spicy.
Right. So what we're going to do now, we've got another 5-hour walk after we've munched into all this lot. Where are we going to go?
Patana.
So we're off to Patana, and that'll be our last night on this trek, I think.
Yep.
But at the moment we're at 2,000 metres, so everything's mild and warm and really pleasant. We're looking forward to another great day. Well, we're just setting out on our way out of Gandruk now, and just on our left there's a lot of monkeys having a sleep in the tree. They're not going anywhere, they're fast asleep. Horse to the right and monkeys to the left. We've got much more open scenery today because we're lower down and we're near these towns. There's been a lot of deforestation. They've turned it into agriculture, but it does mean we can see a lot more. If you're not interested in gardening before you come to Himalaya, you might be interested in vegetable gardening by the time you leave. Diversity of what I've seen them grow is fantastic. We've made the steep climb up to Landruk here, but we decided to carry on going through the village and get lunch in about an hour's time. Even though it feels very rural up here, they have built a road up here now, or a track, so you can get a jeep back down to civilization. Unfortunately, the new road that they've built has created a big scar along the landscape, and where they've built it and cut the rock out, they just let it landslide down the hill and taken out loads of trees. Check this watermill out. It's old millstones. And there's the mill grinding away. Full of stuff. Amazing. We just went slightly off track, but that's brought its benefits because we're now in the goat rush hour. Namaste.
Namaste.
Pretty good. We're now on the world's smallest path up to the hotel super view. We just had some apple pie and a cup of coffee here at Tolka. We decided that it's now 2 o'clock. We're going to try and make the 3¼ hour trek to Patana, which is going to leave it a little bit late in the day, but we're used to doing that now. Weather's not that good, so we might as well press on. There are other places on the way that we could stop at if we don't quite make it. I feel a lot better after a bit of something to eat anyway.
There's Gandruk up the hill that we've been. Landruk is down the hill, we can't see it. And over there is Tolka,
Where we had lunch.
where we stopped for lunch.
Yeah, and we've been all the way around there, back to this trail here. It's now 3:30, so I reckon we've got about an hour and a half to go. It's nearly 5 o'clock now. As you can see behind us, the clouds come down and it's got really gloomy, but it's that really exciting time of the day when you choose your lodge. What do you think we're going to end up with?
I have no idea.
Something nice?
No idea.
Oh well,
I am heartily sick of this.
good job we're not on a wedding anniversary. It's more like a cell. Never mind. Well, it could have been worse. We had nice curry for dinner, and because it's the festival season, they've got all candles outside which all look pretty jolly. And we're just going to go to bed early and get up early and skedaddle. Turn the light off. Ready with that, look at bloody crappy shitty light switch. What's the name of this hotel?
Don't know.
Heaven's Gate. Flipping X. Nearly swore then. Hell's Gate, I think. Do you still love me?
Not really.
Oh dear. Good night. Good night. I managed to get up early this morning. That's the washing area, basically a tap, but a great view of the mountains. Well, we're on our way again. Glad to get out of there. Our duvets smelt like they had piss all over them. It was a miracle we got out there without having bed bugs or something. But luckily the weather's brightened up and we're on our way back to Pokhara and civilization. It's a beautiful, quiet, hazy morning. I wish I could take some of the way I feel this morning back to home in the first world.
Like what?
Like being so peaceful and being able to not consume so much. We don't overeat. Simple things are nice. You appreciate things more when there's not a lot of them.
Yeah, I've never not appreciated our shower at home though. I just don't. I just...
Yeah, but I'm talking about the things we appreciate here. The
hot shower.
Well, we don't appreciate we do appreciate the hot shower here, yeah.
I really do.
But there's things that I don't like about this place, like it is so dirty, and also just so many things that don't work or are botched up and not done properly, like bad roads and, you know, taps that don't work, toilets that are broken.
Or when they do a road, they just excavate it and think that's what all it takes.
So
bulldozer path.
So all the botched up stuff and the dirt are the bad things here, but there's so many other good things. I mean, you get home and you appreciate all the good things, like the comfort of and convenience of nice bathrooms and clean kitchens. But then you got all the excesses and everything of home and all the pressure and all the rush.
Yeah, but a lot of that we put on ourselves. People, as in not we, but people put that on themselves.
Well, they do. That's the first world, isn't it? We put it on ourselves individually as well.
Well, yeah, but luckily for us, we don't and never have joined in with that as much.
What? Jet ski, 1600cc motorbike, 3 cars.
You've given up things to have those. You've never bought any of those things on credit so that you can have them.
No.
You've had the money and you've chosen to spend it on those things. You know, you can't help having the money if you're actually successful.
Yeah, I know, and I didn't have the time.
The whole point of having a business, the whole point of having a business is to be successful. And when you're successful, you usually make money. And if you make money, you have to decide what to do with it. You could have given it all away to charity, Andrew, but you didn't.
Well, we're just leaving Danfoss now, really feeling like this trek is coming to a gentle ending. Well, that's the end of this stage of our adventure. Off back to civilization for a few days. If you'd like to see more of our travels, please make sure you subscribe to my channel and press the little alarm bell thing to get notifications. Hopefully the next video we will do will be all about Chetwan when we go there. Maybe we'll see some wildlife, rhinos, small bears, maybe even a tiger if we got really lucky. So thanks very much for watching and bye for now.